Hello everyone, I am Gaku Minorikawa, advisor of Japan UAS Industrial Development Association. Today I'd like to report the trends of recent drone logistics services in Japan. Today I will focus on the status of drone logistics in Japan. It consists of showings, for example, Japanese drone market overview, Japanese drone logistics guidelines, examples of drone logistics trial, drone operation control, and so on. First of all, let's take a look at the drone market in Japan. This chart shows the size of the drone industry in Japan since 2016 in Japanese yen. In the 5 years to 2021, the market is expected to grow about 6 times, and in the next 5 years, it is expected to grow about 20 times. More than half of these are drone service, followed by drone manufacturing and peripheral services. As of 2020, there are 900 drone fields, 80 drone manufacturing companies, 600 peripheral services, and about 1,000 drone pilot schools. This figure shows the percentage of industrial sectors that use drones. In the recent situation, inspection and agriculture applications are the most common, followed by construction, logistics experiments, indoor specifications, and aerial photography. After the aviation law changes in 2022, it is expected that the logistics drone business increases rapidly. This figure shows the roadmap for the industrial revolution in the sky as set forth by the Cabinet Office in Japan in 2021. This roadmap was formulated in 2015 and has been updated several times since then. The main features of this revision is the realization of Level 4 with airframe certification and pilot certification according to the revised aviation law of 2021. For the time being, Level 4 will be realized in remote islands and mountainous areas, and then it will be developed to densely populated areas and simultaneous operation of many aircraft. This diagram has 3 blocks. The first block is environmental improvement. It provides a detailed schedule for the introduction of airframe certification and pilot licensing. The information will be shared with manufacturers and other parties from the standards review stage. And consideration will be given to securing communications in the sky. The second block, technological development, includes the development of technology to realize simultaneous operation of multiple drones by multiple operators in the future, and the development of testing methods and industrial standards to facilitate the acquisition of airframe certification. The third block is social implementation. It provides a practical application based on the premise of securing business profitability from the demonstration experiment stage. For disaster prevention and disaster response, advanced initiatives will be rolled out nationwide, an effort to strengthen cooperation among local government. In the figure, we will develop and strengthen integrated mobility measures, including aircraft and air mobility. This figure shows a definition of drone flight levels in Japan. The flight level 1 is visual maneuvering flight, which refers to general drone use, in which the drone is manually operated within visual range. Aerial photography, pesticide spraying, and infrastructure inspections of bridges and power lines fall under this level. The flight level 2 refers to in-sight flight without control, in which the drone flies within the visible range using the automatic operation function. The examples include geometric scanning and solar panel facility inspections. The flight level 3 refers to unmanned unseen flight, no assistance assigned, in which the drone flies out of sight in areas where there are no residents or no pedestrians. This includes delivery of goods to remote islands and mountainous areas, surveying disaster damage, searching for missing persons, inspection of long infrastructure, and river surveying. And the flight level 4 refers to unseen flights in inhabited areas over third parties without assistance assigned, which means flying out of sight in areas including urban areas. The level 4 includes urban logistics and security, rescue immediately after disaster, evacuation guidance, support for firefighting activities, and infrastructure inspections in urban areas. In Japan, the aviation law has been revised in 2021 to allow level 4 flights, and the social implementation of logistics drones is expected to accelerate rapidly. Okay, I'd like to talk about the current status of drone logistics in Japan. In the Japanese logistics industry, labor shortage due to the declining population and aging population have become serious problems. In addition, after the impact of the COVID-19, the rapid increase of the electric commerce caused a shortage of delivery personnel. According to estimates by the Railway Freight Association, there will be a shortage of about 280,000 truck drivers in 2028. Especially in depopulated areas where the aging of the population is advancing, weak shopping people who have difficulty shopping for daily necessities are becoming apparent. The realization of drone logistics is expected to accelerate with the enforcement of Aviation Law Amendment Level 4 to realize VV-loss flights in manned areas in 2022. Currently, major aviation and logistics companies are conducting demonstrations in cooperation with local governments. Firstly, it will be possible to carry lightweight luggage over shorter distances in areas with a small population, such as mountainous areas and remote islands. Then the amount of the payload will be heavier with medium to long distance in densely populated areas. The goal will be to operate a large number of vehicles at the same time. Regarding the delivery of medicines using drones, the number of experiments is increasing at level 3. With the revision of the aviation law, drone flights have been categorized into risk-based categories. The category 3 refers to specific flights over third parties. The category 2 refers to specific flights that do not fly over third parties, for which entry control measures are to be taken, and the rest are designated as category 1. The specific flights are 8 types shown here. For each category, 4 major items are indicated. For drone certification, there are 2 categories, Type 1, which allows flights over third parties, and Type 2, which does not, mandatory maintenance and establishment of private inspection organizations. For pilot licenses, there will be a first-class license that allows third-party overflight, and a second-class license that does not allow third-party overflight, as well as restriction based on the type of the drone and the establishment of private testing organization. For the rules of flight management will require individual confirmation of flights over third parties, flight plans, flight logbooks, and accident reports. With regard to the identification of owners, the aviation law has already been amended to include a registration system for users and the mandatory display of the drone registration symbol. As you can see here, the demonstration experiments are being conducted all over Japan. This Figure shows an example of demonstration experiment in logistics conducted by the Ministry of the Environment and the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism. Most of the experiments are not conducted in urban areas, but in mountainous areas and islands. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism has set up a drone logistics business model study group in depopulated areas to consider policies for dealing with issues when introducing a drone logistics business. The guideline for delivery has been compiled. The contents of this guideline will be reviewed in a timely and appropriate manner in light of future changes in the situation. Maintaining logistics functions is a very important issue from the perspective of universal service, and especially in depopulated areas. Drone logistics are attracting attention in order to improve the efficiency of transportation and delivery. When delivering medicines, it is necessary to deliver them in accordance with the regulation of the pharmaceutical machinery law, but the specific method of delivery by drone is not explained. For this reason, this point to keep up in mind for delivery by drone have been summarized as Guideline for Delivery of Medicine by Drone. We, JUIDA, as the largest drone industry association, covers the requirement for logistics company to realize safe drone logistics in operations as showings. For example, prerequisites such as drone requirement function, air route, responsibilities of logistics companies such as air route setting, creation of operation manual, risk assessment, etc., related laws and regulations, permission and notification, issues to be discussed continuously, guidelines issues, and so on. Okay, in this section, we will introduce some examples of drone logistics demonstration experience that have been conducted so far. The Yamato Holdings is one of the largest logistics service companies in Japan. For last-mile transportation, they have been working in cooperation with Berry Helicopter and Textron Corporation to build a new air transportation mode in the future. Also, they are collaborating with Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, to realize new transportation mode in the sky. The Sagawa Corporation is also one of the largest logistics service companies in Japan. They are collaborating with Eames Robotics Corporation and providing the multiple drone delivery in mountain area with a remote control from Tokyo head office. The ANA Holdings is Japanese worldwide airline company. They choose a Wingcopter 178 heavy lift made by German company Wingcopter and have been trying a delivery of medicines with a flight speed of 100 km per hour for a round trip of about 32 km. Also, they have tried an instant delivery of 7-Eleven's online convenience store products and prescription drugs. This company is a research institute of Nippon Express, Japan's oldest logistics company. They performs Japan's first demonstration experiment of non-face-to-face medical care with patients, from online medical care, online medication guidance to prescription drug delivery, in cooperation with ANA Holdings and other drone companies. The Blue Innovation is a drone platform company. They focus on rapid construction of the drone platform in case of disaster. The platform enables digital transformation and automation of various tasks by remote, automatic control, and cooperation of multiple drones, robots, and various devices. Other latest activities in Japan are described below. Next, I'd like to show you some unique activities focused on the drone operation control. When flying a drone in a public place, it is necessary to apply to the Civil Aviation Bureau for permission beforehand, and the DIPS is the system that is available. In the DIPS, the applicant creates an account and enters information about the drone to be flown and the pilot. In addition, the applicant enters detailed information about the purpose, date, time, and location of the flight. Normally, the permission is granted in about a few days, but depending on the conditions of the flight, it may take a month or more. The website has an English page. Following the revision of the aviation law, registration of unmanned aircraft will become mandatory in Japan from June 2022. A portal site for this registration was opened just a few days ago. Applications can be made online or by document, and once payment is made, the registration symbol for the unmanned aircraft will be given. The registration code will be displayed on the aircraft for flight. The aircraft required for this registration applies to all drones weighing 100 grams or more. Remote ID is a method of remotely recognizing the registration number that will be assigned according to the certified drone in conjunction with the mandatory certification of unmanned aircraft that will begin in June 2022. The remote ID emits the drone's registration information, serial number, location information, home country, and authentication information using Bluetooth 5.0 or similar technology. The transmitter will be attached to the drone by the user, while the receiver will be installed by the aviation authority, police, or administrator, not the general public. The IMS Robotics Corporation will integrate the system into all drones manufacturers after June 2022. The company will also release transmitters that can be externalized for conventional aircraft and drones from other manufacturers that are not equipped with remote ID. The ID information transmitters radio waves up to 1,000 meters in an environment with good visibility. This makes it possible to keep tracks of drone information in flight, even from remote locations. Autonomous collision avoidance under conditions where drones and general aviation aircraft mix is important, and such experiments are expected to increase in the future. Subaru, Japan Radio, Japan Avionics, ACSL, and Magellan Systems Japan have successfully conducted the world's first autonomous collision avoidance test in wide areas of airspace at a relative speed of 200 km per hour, which is the actual operational speed range, using a 10 kg class unmanned aerial vehicle equipped with a miniaturized sensor with low power consumption. Okay, I would like to introduce the Fukushima robot test field, which is characteristic as a development base for drones or eVTOL. It is a facility unlike any other in the world where you can evaluate the performance of robots and perform maneuvering training by reproducing the actual usage environment, such as infrastructure and disaster sites. This is part of the equipment that features the unmanned aerial vehicle area. The runway is 20 meters wide and 500 meters long, and is used for flight test and pilot training. The large buffer zone allows for special flight such as collision avoidance, crash landing, falling, and property dropping. It has a hangar directly connected to the runway, and measurement room overlooking the area, and an antenna installation stand. There is also a heliport and communication building. There is another runway about 13 km away from this field, which allows you to set up a safe test flight course on land at the sea for long distance and wide area flight training. In addition, there are private airports and airfields nearby, and large-scale demonstration experiments connecting these are possible. there is a netted flight area for drone or eVTOL testing. Since the aviation law does not apply here, it is possible to carry out evaluation tests such as basic flight performance and autonomous control without prior legal application. It is also equipped with a large wind tunnel and continuous durability test equipment for concrete structures. Finally, I would like to discuss a few other issues to be solved in drone logistics in Japan. In the drone logistics, it is necessary to secure a route to fly over people's houses. That is much lower than for airplanes, and sometimes it is necessary to obtain permission from residents individually for extension of land construction, so acquisition and development of routes is expected to be an important task. In addition, the current drones have a flight time of less than 30 minutes, making it difficult to conduct multi-point orbiting missions or long-distance flights of 50 km or more. Therefore, several companies are developing airplane-type drones and hybrid drones equipped with internal combustion engines and power generators. Furthermore, it is presumed that an environmental assessment of the urban space where the drone will fly will be necessary. Environmental assessments are concerned about noise, wind damage, fear, and impact on the landscape. In Japan, drone logistics is in the midst of ongoing demonstrations, and economic success is likely to be the next step. Together with the revision of the civil aviation law, rapid development is expected in the next 5 years. Thank you very much for your kind attention.